Hi, I'm Richard from Frozen Well. Welcome to the first devlog for my game, Ghost Blaster. First, a bit of background on the game. I first released Ghost Blaster back in 2014. It's a shooter platformer where you play the part of Supernatural Sam and have to navigate each level, killing the various supernatural enemies and try and collect 3 golden skulls on each level. Not all skulls were easy to find, as some were found in hidden rooms, so exploration of levels was encouraged to collect all 3 skulls. As well as the enemies like the ghosts and bats that can be seen in this level, there was also hazards that needed to be avoided, like the slime pools that can be seen here. Once the player had managed to find and collect all 3 skulls, they would then have to find the exit from the level. Once they exited the door, they would then unlock the next level. The original game had 12 levels, which were all created individually. Which leads me to the main reason that I want to remake the game. I recently took part in a game jam, which was run by Indie Game Squad, which is my local game dev group. The theme for this jam was When We Were Young. The game that I created for this jam was 80s Kid. It used Procedural Generation to make the rooms for the levels, therefore adding randomness to the game. Having used this type of level generation in the jam, I thought this would be a good way to add more variety and replayability to Ghost Blaster. So with this in mind, I've started to make an updated version of Ghost Blaster. The game engine that I'm going to be using for this game is Construct 3. Over the years I've used a few different game engines, but feel that for the type of 2D game that I'm going to be making, that Construct will be a perfect fit for the project. For anyone that doesn't know much about Construct, it's a game engine that runs in your browser, and it uses visual scripting, which is extremely quick to develop with, but also has a lot of features that enable you to make pretty much any 2D game you can think of. I've been using Construct for the last 5 or 6 years and I've always found it a fun game engine to use. I'm planning to release the game on both PC and mobile platforms. I've been working on the game now in my spare time for a couple of weeks and I've got a basic room generation system working. I'll give a quick explanation of how the level generation works. Every level starts in the top left of the screen and then from there randomly chooses directions from the starting room until it gets to the bottom row of the level. After this path has been created from the start to the end of the level, next the generator goes through all the empty spaces in the level and adds rooms where there is an exit from the created path. After the rooms have all been created, then the generator adds corridors to join all the rooms together. As well as the room generation, I've started to create the player and some animations. The software that I use for my pixel art is Sprite. So far, I've created animations for idle, walking, jumping and falling. I'm really pleased with how this player character has turned out so far. The next task was to import these sprites into Construct. Once I got them into Construct, I could start to bring them to life, and I've got some basic movement in place for the player. You can currently run, jump, and the idle animation plays when you stop moving. So, that's the current position with my new version of Ghost Blaster. I plan on documenting my journey on creating the game using these devlogs. The next thing that I need to work on will be creating a level editor to enable me to create different rooms for the game, as the current system means that once I've created the room I have no easy way of editing it again afterwards. So I need to make an editor that allows me to load the array that I've created and edit it and then save it again. Thanks for listening and please hit the subscribe button so you can follow my journey.